this is the hardest page of the Quran. I mean the hardest page of the Quran. If you don't believe me, I'm going to show you in this video, because you have those that have memorized the Quran from cover to cover agreeing to the fact that this verse or this page is the hardest page of the Quran, and I'm going to be reading it with you guys today. When I saw the video, I said, no, like you can read the Quran, you just look at the text and you recite and then blah blah blah. So I started with the first verse, and I tell you, I fumbled, and I've not read the entire verse, but I'm going to be reading it with you guys so that you know the mistakes, and And by the way, I learned the Quran, most of the Quran by myself, so the mistakes and the things, you understand. So let's get right to reciting the Quran, and I bet you should try it. Try reciting this page of the Quran, because you are going to find it crazy. So the page number is page 48 of the Quran, page 48. And that is Suratul An-Nisa, the second page of Suratul An-Nisa, and verse 11. This is where the verse starts, verse 11 of Suratul An-Nisa. And guys, I'm not kidding. The page is hard. The verse is hard. It's hard. Like you find unrelatable, unfamiliar words in this verse. And bro, think of like. Let's just start reading the Quran. Let's start reading it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to recite the verse before that verse so that I can get the flow. Understand? The recitation, and I'll get the flow to pierce into that verse. And that verse covers about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. No, stop. 7 lines. Just a verse. And it's hard. So imagine you're going to suffer from head to toe. Let's recite. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين يأكلون أموال
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
إن الذين يأكلون أموال اليتامى ظلما إنما يأكلون في بطونهم نارا وسيصلون سعيرا. So this is the verse. يوصيكم الله في أولادكم للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين فإن كن نساء فوق 2 فلهن ثلثا ما ترك وإن كانت واحدة فلها النصف ولأبويه لكل واحد منهما السدس مما ترك إن كان له ولد فإن لم يكن له ولد وورثه أبواه فلأمه الثلث فإن كان له إخوة فلأمه السدس من بعد وصية يوصي بها أو دين آباؤكم وأبناؤكم لا تدرون أيهم أقرب لكم نفعا فريضة من الله إن الله كان عليما حكيما. صدق الله العظيم. Guys, so you see, maybe from the ending, towards the ending of the Quran, towards the end of that specific verse, you are going to find it's a little bit easy because you have some familiar words, some familiar text that you've seen in the previous pages that as you were reciting. But starting, you have words like, Zakarismi. That verse, I thought that particular word, I thought it is Zakarismi. Not knowing it's Lizakari Mislu, rather, Lizakari Mislu. Hazin. I thought it is Hazin. Not knowing it is Hazil. And that's not just that. You have Unsayin, bro, like, come on. This verse is crazy. That is the goat of the Quran. So you have that Hazil Unsayin. That's the first time. Like, even though I've read the entire Quran about 2 times, but that word, when I was reading the Quran, I saw that word. I said, what? We have this word there. So I think it appears only once there. So we have unsayin. And when you continue, you see that we have fa'in kunna nisa and fawqas. Here, this particular place. Like, I read this particular place during Laylatul Qadr, the 10 days of the fasting, the last 10 days. So I read it, and then, so when I got there, I read, oh, okay. So I was a little bit, that was previously, but I'm telling you, that time I really suffered. I was reciting it in front of everybody. So it's like, it goes, فَإِن كُنَّ نِسَاءً فَوْقَ اثْنَتَيْنِ فَلَهُنَّ ثُلَثَا مَا تَرَكَ وإن كانت واحدة فلهما النصف ولأبويه لكل واحد منهما I thought منهما, but it has a sin and shaddat, so you have to join it. So منهما السدس. That part is very tricky. So you see why this verse is very, very hard. Like, it's hard. You see the comment section, people are crying over it. Some are even taking 2 days. Some are saying they question the ability to read after reading this part of the Quran. So if you're wondering why, or the reason why this verse came, the story behind it is that the Prophet ﷺ with Abu Bakr went to visit somebody, and then when they got there, the person was unconscious. So after performing ablution, the Prophet ﷺ performed ablution and then sprinkled the water on him, and he became conscious. So after getting up, he asked the Prophet ﷺ that what should he do with his money? And then this verse came after it. So this verse came later, and then the Prophet told him about the verse. So in the verse we find that the last one or ta'ala was commanding how we should divide or how inheritance should be made. So like if you are a boy, or let's say if you're a man, if you die, your children, your wife, your parents, how are they going to be dividing the inheritance? So the verse talks about a lot of things where the male will have 2 times that of a female, and then so that's what the verse is saying. I'll leave the translation and everything on the screen so that you guys can check it out. But I'm telling you, this verse is not easy. It's not easy at all. So I hope that is all for the video, and then you share this video to tell people about the hardest verse of the Quran so that they'll be amazed. They will try and they'll watch the video and learn from it. At least when you watch the video, you'll be able to polish that verse, and then you can use it, and we all get blessings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you in the next video.
جمال الوجود بذكر الإله وتصفو الحياة